my name is Caitlin Sharkey. I am interested in being the new marketing consultant for the Los Angeles Clippers. I've prepared a sample of my ideas to rebuild your program, and they're on the following slides. The Los Angeles Clippers are well known for their players. Blake Griffin is one of them, and he was an all-star every season he's played for the NBA. He began his season great, and he was Rookie of the Year his first year playing. Another player that was also Rookie of the Year his first year was Chris Paul. He is a 7-time All-Star, and he was All-Star Game MVP. He's a multiple-time All-NBA and All-Defensive Team honoree. He won 3 playoff series in his career and won 2 Olympic gold medals with the national and basketball team for the USA. On August 21st, 2013, Chris Paul was elected National Basketball Players Association president, so he also has a lot going on in that area. Doc Rivers is the coach for the Los Angeles Clippers, and he won the Coach of the Year award his first year ever coaching. He also coached the Orlando Magic in 2000 to 2003. From there, he coached the Boston Celtics from 2004 to 2013, so that's a long time, and he was very successful. And from 2013 to presently, he coaches the Los Angeles Clippers, and he is the Senior Vice President for Basketball Operations and Team, and this year was the first season that Rivers coached the Clippers, and he reached a franchise record of 57 wins, and they were seeded 3rd in the Western Conference. Although the Clippers are known for their basketball skills and being successful in that area, they're also known for having programs for education and youth clinics and fit programs. They represent a lot more than just basketball. They represent passion, dedication, and heart.
You're broadcasting.
I'm not broadcasting anything.
Taking pictures with minorities. Why?
What's wrong with minorities? What's wrong with black people?
Nothing.
What's wrong with these
It's like talking to an enemy. There's nothing wrong with minorities. They're fabulous. Fabulous. Because you're an enemy to me.
Why?
Because you don't understand.
I don't understand what.
Nothing.
That racism still is alive?
No, but there's a culture.
What culture?
People steal certain things. Hispanics steal certain things towards blacks. Blacks steal certain things towards other groups. It's been that way historically, and it will always be that way.
But it's not that way in my heart and in my mind.
But maybe you want to adjust to the world.
But why? If the world doesn't do anything for me and they don't make me happy.
You're right. I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to argue.
I can't be racist in my heart.
And that's good. I'm living in a culture, and I have to live within the culture. So that's the way it is. That's all. I got it. I got the whole message. You live with your heart. You can't be flexible. You can't.
I am flexible. I understand that that's the way you were raised and that's your culture, and I'm respectful and respectful.
Why do you have to disrespect them? Those are...
Who am I disrespecting?
The world before you.
Why am I disrespecting them?
By walking, you're perceived as either a Latina or a white girl. Why should you be walking publicly with black people? Why? Is there a benefit to you?
Is it a benefit to me? Does it matter if they're white or blue or yellow?
I guess that you don't know that. Maybe you're stupid.
Due to Sterling's conversations, a lot of sponsorships and endorsements did not want to be affiliated with the Clippers anymore. During an interview, a question was asked by... Obviously, CarMax and State Farm withdrew their sponsorship with the LA Clippers. With you as the commissioner of the NBA, what would you tell other people who are maybe on the fence or who have withdrawn, who in the future might want to invest with one of your franchises? And the NBA commissioner, Adam Silver, answered by saying, I would say those marketing partners of the Clippers and partners of the entire NBA should judge us by our response to this incident. And I think we've responded appropriately, and I would be hopeful that they would return into their business relationships with the Clippers. It's not the Clippers that represented this whole issue. It was the owner, Donald Sterling, and they don't want to be associated with his views. Sponsors such as Kia Motors, Burger King, CarMax, Corona, Lone Mart, Mercedes-Benz, Aqua Hydrate, Adidas, Sprint, Red Bull, State Farm, Virgin America, Commerce Hotel Casino, Samsung, Southern California Ford dealers, and Yokohama Tire have all terminated or suspended their relationships with the Clippers. They're afraid to be associated with standing for something wrong, which I don't blame them, but they do need to realize that associating with the Clippers doesn't associate them with Donald Sterling. Sterling has damaged the NBA, but this is our chance to fix it. The Clippers, at their following game after the incident, took a dramatic stand and decided to show our society that they do not stand for what Donald Sterling had said, and they did not want to be affiliated with what had happened. They took off their jerseys and left them in the middle of the floor to show that they do not support Donald Sterling and that they don't support the Clippers while he's the owner. Following the incident, the commissioner of the NBA, Adam Silver, had many points that he wanted to get across. He stated, "According effectively, immediately, I am banning Mr. Sterling for life from any association with the Clippers organization or the NBA. Mr. Sterling may not attend any NBA games or practices. He may not be present at any Clippers facility, and he may not participate in any business or player personal decisions involving the team. He will also be banned from attending the NBA Board of Governors meeting and participating in any league activity. I am also fining Mr. Sterling $2.5 million, the maximum amount allowed under the NBA Constitution. These funds will be donated to organizations dedicated to anti-discrimination and tolerance efforts that will be jointly selected by the NBA and its Players Association." By stating these things, a few other sponsors and endorsers have come back, and they did wind up banning Donald Sterling and making him sell the team. Now that Sterling is no longer representing the NBA, we have to focus on supporting what is right and coming together not only as an organization, but as a community, and continuing to support anti-discrimination. Adidas stepped up when they created the slogan, "We Are One." Now they're not having their three stripes usual logo on things. For the Clippers, they're supporting the "We Are One" slogan. Other companies such as Commerce Hotel and Casinos, Kia Motors, Red Bull, Samsung, Southern California Ford dealers, and Yokohama Tire are all supporting the "We Are One" idea, and they came back to sponsor the Clippers due to the fact that Sterling is no longer around. Our only threat as an organization would be hiring another bad owner. So the first step we need to take is creating new ownership. One question that was asked to Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, was, "What about Magic Johnson? Is it an option at this point?" And Adam Silver replied, "Magic Johnson knows he's always welcome as an owner in this league. He's been part owner in the past of the Los Angeles Lakers, and he's always welcome as a close friend of the NBA family." Magic Johnson was involved in this whole incident. That's how it all started. So I think that using him to step up and represent the team would be an amazing idea. The best thing would be for our sponsors and endorsers to see the opportunity that this situation has created. Sometimes it's hard to look at the bright side, but we can make something out of this in the end. In the picture shown, Blake Griffin is dunking, and he's been known to win a lot of the dunking contests in the NBA, but behind it is what really matters in this picture. "Rise with Us" is a great slogan that has been created. I advise all companies and sponsors to maintain their deals with the Clippers and see the opportunity that has come together and come together with us in that case and support what's right. We need to get our sponsors to reevaluate their attitudes towards the team as one of the biggest steps. And if we introduce our expectations to them of what we see could be great opportunities with slogans such as "We Are One" or "Rise with Us," it might create great relationships with them once again, and then all we have to do from there is maintain our good relationships. As a marketing consultant, I think it's very important to focus on what the marketing mix should be in this situation. I think it's extremely important to focus on the product and the quality of the product, price, and keep that value-based promotion, focusing on advertisements, special offers, and campaigns, and place, including retail and internet. It's important to be purposeful with the product, which is the team in this case. to continue with price elasticity based upon current ticket sales and specific games. We want to promote using anti-discrimination slogans and cultural diversity programs to reach out to our fans, and this is a great time to do that. And we also want to use retail and internet to keep fans engaged in what's going on and make them know that they're part of our recovery, that we need them in order to be successful. There have been numerous other incidents like this one with Donald Sterling throughout sports history. Jimmy the Greek was a CBS Sports NFL pregame show announcer. He made some offensive remarks about the athletic ability of African Americans being better than the athletic ability of white Americans due to how they were bred as slaves, and that was very offensive to many people. Howard Cosell was an announcer for the NFL, and during a few games he was making comments about little monkeys. Some examples of this would be, "That little monkey gets loose, doesn't he? Look at that little monkey run, and that little monkey can really pick it." Now, he stated that these did not have to do with race or anything, but he used them numerous times and was asked not to, so he eventually, just like Jimmy the Greek, was fired from his network. Another example of this would be A-Rod. Everyone knows about him using steroids, and after he was questioned on that and came back to baseball, it was a headline that A-Rod juiced up ticket sales after returning from his suspension due to steroid use. His return boosted ratings to the highest of the season when he came back. So this just goes to prove that although these things had happened, it did not have a huge negative impact on the revenue created by these individuals. When things happen like this and people are fired, such as Jimmy the Greek or Howard Cosell, their revenues don't change. Those people are gone, so why would other people decide not to be sponsoring or endorsing the company anymore? The company obviously doesn't stand for what they've done, and that's why they got fired. So I really think that in this situation with Donald Sterling, our companies, our sponsors, and endorsers should realize that we don't support that, so they should support us due to the fact that we're not involved with that anymore. As you can see from the previous examples, the show must go on. Nothing's going to stop because of what happened. We just want to make sure that it's going to continue as successful or more successful than it was before. We can use what happened as an opportunity to create new slogans and new logos and actually, in the end, create more revenue for our company. As you can see in the next slide, the Clippers have so many people behind them and supporting them, so we want to convince our sponsors and our endorsers to continue support also. Some examples of this support have been showed online from fans and other companies. A few of these examples are: get up, stand up for what's right, #Clippers. I applaud the NBA for their decision. It's refreshing to see a business leader take a stand on morality and human dignity, #Clippers. A great day for the NBA and the community, but also society, #Clippers. As you can see, the Clippers are not standing for what happened, and no one should, not in our society or our community. Let's stand up for what's right. Go Clippers.